A Florida couple lured bears with donuts to set up dog attacks. A Florida high school draws backlash after altering girls' yearbook photos to add clothing. A Florida man hit his father in the face with a pizza after learning that he helped deliver him. And a drunk Florida man says his truck swerved because it was struck by lightning. These are the weird stories for Friday on Weird AF News. This is the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian and the only daily weird news podcast that does Florida Friday. That's right. All weird news from this week out of Florida. Let's do it.
Those bizarre stories you hear about all the time that seem to only happen here in Florida. I know, right?
Can't make this stuff up. It is just one of the many wacky news stories out of Florida.
Why does the Sunshine State consistently produce such strange news?
But what accounts for all this bizarre news? Is it the weather? Is it the people?
Florida is full of the crazy stories.
A Florida high school photoshopped yearbook photos of female students to cover up their bare skin. St. Augustine, Florida, a high school in northeast Florida, which made headlines earlier this year regarding its dress code, is under criticism once again after 80 female students had their yearbook photos edited without their consent. What was the reason their photos were edited? Well, to add more clothing. And some of the results are hilarious. You should Google this and look at the pictures before and after. I don't know who they hired to use Photoshop, but I think someone was using it for the very first time. The controversy comes as Bartram Trail High School is already embroiled in a debate over its handling of a dress code. They say that this is a sexist and it unfairly targets girls. Critics say the yearbook editing sends yet another harmful message to female students. Now, they interviewed one mother of a student at this high school. She said her daughter's yearbook picture was edited in the chest area to add more shirt coverage. I think it sends the message that our girls should be ashamed of their growing bodies, and I think that's a horrible message to send out to these young girls that are going through these changes in their lives. Also, because the edit was poorly done, it makes her body look unnatural, which has led to kids teasing her daughter, this woman says. While her daughter is trying to laugh it off, the mother's pretty concerned. My daughter has been hospitalized twice this school year due to the stress and the pressure this past year has brought upon her, including, she has body image issues, which she's still seeking regular treatment for. And now the school's made a decision that has now drawn attention to her body in the yearbook in a very negative way. I mean, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about her photo and her body. It did a poor job. It's just bringing unwanted attention. She's very stressed. According to the school district spokeswoman, Christina, the school's yearbook coordinator, Ann Irwin, who is also a teacher, decided that the photos were not keeping in with the dress code and did some of the editing herself. I love it. How do we solve this? How about you just have someone there when you're taking the yearbook photos, you dumbasses? If a dress code is an issue, can you not foresee this being a problem? Maybe be proactive instead of reactive, idiots. I mean, this is just what you get in schools, man. They're run by morons. Our children don't have a chance here in the U.S. Are you listening in another country? Do you know how dumb our schools are? So dumb. The people that run them are dumb. Half of the teachers are stupid. Our kids have no chances. You're looking at us like, hey, can you guys save the world maybe with your tech skills? No, we can't. We can't save the world, guys. You're going to have to do it. Because our schools are dumb. Is this the first time you're hearing of it? This is what's going on in our school systems. Teachers are bringing guns to school and they shoot off in their pocket while they're teaching a bio class. This is what's going on in our schools, guys. We need help over here. Send help. Please send help. I can't wait for UFOs to really come here and interact with us. I'm going to just run up to them and be like, save our kids. Can you save our children? Take them to a new place where they have a chance, especially the Floridians. Now, the parents are saying their students were not out of dress code when they took those photos anyways, so they don't see the big deal. The high school's website says that all student pictures in the yearbook may be digitally adjusted if they don't conform to the school district's code of conduct. Yeah, when did they put that little comment in? The day they were doing it? Now, the school is dealing with backlash They're calling him sexist because they've only targeted females. And apparently there's a photo of the men's swimming team just wearing Speedos in the yearbook, which is a complete violation of the dress code as well. But that seems to be overlooked by the school. Like, yeah, of course. They're picking on women in this school. It's just terrible. The school is offering refunds to any parents calling about the issue. Some of the parents and the students are calling the dress code policy sexist for both its wording and the enforcement of the dress code policy, as more than 80% of the infractions over the last 5 years have been issued to female students. I'm looking at a list of the dress code. For boys, there's 3 points. For girls, there's about 10 points. So, like so much more strict for the girls as far as this dress code goes. I mean, and you're really out of touch if you think you're going to curtail behavior by being strict about a dress code. Just drop it, man. Do you have any idea what these kids are doing now? They're all watching porn on their phone at their locker. Are you aware? Florida school system, what the kids are really doing? You don't want them to show a little bit of their shoulder in a yearbook photo? Do you really know what's going on? Half of them have OnlyFans account. They're showing everything. Are you okay? A Florida man hit his father in the face with a pizza after learning that he helped deliver him, the police say. Yes, a guy found out his father helped deliver him when he was born. He inexplicably smashed hot pizza in the older man's face upon learning this news, the police say. Robert Thomas Houston, age 33, is charged with domestic battery, and he remains in the county jail. Sheriff's deputies were called Thursday to the Houston family's home, where they found a pizza slice on a chair, some cheese and sauce strewn around the room, some even on the ceiling, on the floor, pepperoni strewn about here and there. Am I painting a picture for you guys? Pepperoni on the clock. The Bluetooth speaker was smeared with cheese. What happened here? According to an arrest report, Mr. Houston's father told the deputies that his son became angry after learning he'd helped deliver him in 1985. Why would you be angry finding out that your dad helped deliver you? If anything, that's pretty cool. The man said that he'd gone for a walk with his dogs. His son was waiting for him on the porch with a pizza, or for the pizza to be delivered. When the father returned from the walk, his son held him down in a chair, smashed the pizza in his face, and screamed at him. Oh, the pizza had just arrived, too. That means it was very hot. That's some hot sauce, hot cheese in your face. That's very painful. That's not something you should do to your father. The father who delivered you into this world. What's wrong with you? Here's a quote from some report, I suppose. The victim began to flail around, trying to get the defendant off of him, at which point the defendant went outside and waited law enforcement, just sat there waiting for law enforcement. The deputies found him just waiting right there on the porch. Deputies quoted as saying, "He walked up to me, turned around, put his hands behind his back, saying, 'I know I'm going to jail. I know what I did. I'm going to jail.'" It's not known why the news surrounding his birth upset this guy so much. 2 family members present at the time of the attack corroborated the dad's statement. They also noted that this week was his 34th birthday. So I know how it goes. He's talking about, oh, it's my birthday coming up, and the father says, "You know, I delivered you." And then for some reason, that son was just like, "You what? You delivered me? That's not what I was told. I was told I was delivered by a nurse and a doctor. You delivered me, what, in a field? Was I born in a field behind a shack?" Maybe the news that he was born behind an outhouse really enraged him. Maybe that's what's going on. But I mean, you're a Florida man. You could have been delivered in a swamp. You don't know. I mean, the environment that you could be delivered in Florida, just be thankful a human being was there holding you right after you come out and not some alligator eating you. A Florida man arrested for drunk driving says, "I wasn't drunk. I was struck by lightning." A man told the state troopers during a traffic stop in Collier County that he was driving erratically because his truck was, quote, "struck by some lightning." Steve Stinton, 38-year-old genius, is accused of driving drunk on I-75. A trooper allegedly spotted Stinton with his turn signal on and swerving between lanes. Yeah, he was just letting you know where he was going. Yeah, I'm going to swerve over here, and now I'm going to swerve over there. I'm not drunk. I was struck by lightning. I'm special. When the trooper pulled him over, Stinton had alcohol on his breath. His speech was slurred. This is typical Floridian behavior. He had difficulty locating his insurance paperwork. Yeah, people in Florida don't even have insurance paperwork. What do you think? He's pretending that he has insurance paperwork is what's going on. Stinton told the trooper that his truck pulls slightly to the left because it was struck by lightning. I got to come up with a quick explanation as to why I'm swerving. Yes, the truck was struck by lightning. Somebody cast a spell on my tires, officer. That's why it's swerving. They cast a never can drive straight spell on my muffler. Despite not having a dentist or a doctor, he also claimed he might be diabetic because he gets tingling in his hands. What does that have to do with a dentist? I think I'm diabetic. You think you're diabetic, sir? Do you have a dentist? Oh, I didn't know if I thought I was diabetic, I should go see a dentist. Maybe this is why a lot of people aren't being diagnosed as being diabetic in Florida. There's a lot of people with diabetes, but they're not finding out because they're going to a dentist in Florida instead of to a real doctor. Guys, if you're listening to this in Florida, if you think you might have diabetes, don't see a dentist, despite what the police officers say you should do. So he claimed you might be diabetic. He gets tingling in his hands. Okay, now you're onto something here, Stinton, because, I mean, your whole lightning story is a little too fantastic. It doesn't seem to make sense, but you could use the I have tingling in my hands response, or even my feet. You know, you could say, hey, I might have gout. I think I have gout. Don't say, I think I have gout. Maybe I should check with my chiropractor. You gotta also name the sort of doctor that would diagnose gout as well. So tingling in the hands and feet could cause some erratic driving, I'd imagine. But then, you know, that whole alcohol on your breath thing. I mean, what do you do about that, Stinton? And what do you do about the fact that you can't speak clearly in that moment either? I mean, your brain's doing gymnastics here. You're jumping to the lightning thing. You're thinking maybe diabetes, but, you know, your mouth isn't moving accurately. So this is a barrier to you getting out of this, Stinton. And then Stinton came up with this one. He told the state troopers that he's had several sports-related concussions. That's not bad, actually. Sorry, I have concussions. Although if you've had a lot of concussions, I'd imagine they're taking away your license and you shouldn't be on the road at all. But at least he's trying to think beyond the lightning because that didn't work. Is there a fourth excuse? I'm breezing through the article here. Of course, Stinton denied drinking alcohol. He said that he only ate peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back because it's rude. Did you tell him you just come from a ball game, buddy? What else? This guy's just filled with stories. I'll tell you, I want to be his cellmate. This guy's going to keep me entertained. Let me tell you about the time I had the penguin. You know the penguin? He's an evildoer. He put some crazy dust in the engine of my truck, and then it went all over the place. It wasn't able to drive straight. I tell you, to this day, I deny having alcohol in my system that day. I really didn't. Now, I know I blew a 4.2, but I swear to you, that was a shaman made me do it. You know, a shaman cast a spell on me. I was tripping balls from whatever that shaman gave me. Yeah. And what happened to Stinton at the end? He got a DUI. Driving under the influence.
You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man.
A Florida couple used donuts to attract bears that were then attacked by the dogs. A lot of animals in this title. Trying to wrap my head around what exactly happened. We have donuts, we have bears, we have dogs. See if we can piece it together. A married couple has pleaded guilty to using donuts and pastries in order to lure black bears in rural Florida, allowing packs of dogs to attack them, and then posting the gruesome videos on social media. Wow. What kind of pastries do bears like? Bear claws, maybe? Do you guys think it's bear claws? Hey! Oh, the bad jokes early on in this episode. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. So donuts and pastries. Bears like that. assume. I didn't know there were black bears in rural Florida. Anybody else? Anyone surprised by this? I guess there's bears everywhere? I didn't realize there's bears everywhere. As if there wasn't enough awful animals that you need to run from in Florida. There's bears as well. So you got pythons, alligators, and bears. It's like almost not even fair to be in Florida. Okay, so now they have packs of dogs attacking the bears that were eating the donuts. So you get a bunch of bears. They're enjoying who knows what kind of donuts bears like. Probably Boston cream, which is just a fabulous flavor of donut. Where are these packs of dogs coming from? They own them? Are they owned by this married couple? They're posting gruesome videos on social media. And are they making ad dollars off YouTube because of this? Is this a dogs attack bears television show that I'm unaware of? What is going on here? I need more information. Let's see. Charlie Scarborough. That must be the name of this fella in the orange jumpsuit in the photo I'm looking at. He doesn't look too pleased to be wearing an orange jumpsuit. But then again, you know, you're a Floridian, bro, so just get used to it. Everybody in Florida wears a jumpsuit and gets their picture taken eventually. He entered a guilty plea of conspiracy to commit racketeering, animal baiting and fighting, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and unlawful taking of a black bear. You took the black bear, Charlie. Fed him to your dogs after giving the black bear some donuts. This poor black bear, man. It's like, oh man, you're going to give me free donuts? Oh, what do you got, munchkins? Oh, I love munchkins. Oh, jelly. Oh, honey dip, my favorite. Glazed, yeah. Then you're killed by dogs. His wife, Hannah's also next to him. She looks displeased. She was sentenced to more than 5 years on probation on charges of unlawful taking of a black bear as well. Unlawful use of communication devices. What does that even mean? Communication devices? Is that what you're calling their smartphone? Because they use it to shoot video? It's a unlawful use of a communication device. Were they saying dirty words on the walkie-talkie? Is that what happened? Prosecutors say the Scarboroughs were part of a group of people, a whole ring of black bear dogfights. It's a group of people who use trained dogs to attack black bears in multiple areas of Central Florida. What a bunch of sickos. Get a life. You got nothing better to do than to lure bears with donuts and have them killed by dogs? What is wrong with people? I mean, I could never even think up this. It's like if you gave me a box of donuts and a pack of dogs and you're like, come up with the most creative thing you can do with these two things. I would never even consider luring a bear with donuts. First of all, I wouldn't even think that a bear would come at me for my donuts. I guess they probably eat everything, but I don't think, first of all, donuts equals bears. What do I do with my pack of dogs? Have them maul the bears after getting the bears over with your croissants, your pastries. I just can't even. The most creative people have just the dumbest brains. It's just such a contradiction. It makes no sense. It's fun to stay at the Weird AF News. It's fun to stay at the Weird AF News. That would be a fun place to stay, wouldn't it be? Weird AF News. In a way, you are staying at Weird AF News. Weird news 5 days a week in your head. I want to thank everyone who sent me Florida Friday articles contributing to the production of Weird AF News. Look at you. You give a damn, and I appreciate that, and I love you for it. So thank you to those of you who sent me Florida Friday articles. Tremendous! You could support the show by leaving a review. Ooh, would you like to leave a review? Just do it on Amazon. You can do it on Amazon. You can also do it on iTunes/Apple Podcasts. You can do it there, too. You can also just maybe tell a friend about it. That's pretty helpful. Oh, you'd like to help out on another level? You want to join the Patreon, you said? Oh, that's tremendous. Let me tell you how to do it. You go to patreon.com/weirdafnews. That's a fun thing to do over the weekend while you're by the pool. Throw Jonesy a couple bucks for putting out the show. Patreon is a place where you can support the show, and not just support the show and like you get that good feeling. You get to get extra content, extra Weird AF content from yours truly. That's pretty fabulous. So you get something else out of it too, which is nice. Check out the website, weirdafnews.com. Or say what's up. Just email me over the weekend if you want to say hi. funnyjones@gmail.com. or hit me up on the gram, yo, at Funny Jones. Yeah. I'll be posting some photos of what I'm up to over the weekend. I usually post Instagram stories of what I'm up to. So you can go there and get a little more Jonesy if you'd like that. At Funny Jones on Instagram. I'll follow you back too. I'll say what's up. I'm happy to hear from you. Well, hope you're having a nice time. We'll see you on Monday.
Jonesy, I figured it out, why they're giving the Red Bull and vodka to the zebrafish. The scientist, quote-unquote scientist's name is Matt Parker. Matt Parker is the co-creator of South Park. So obviously this whole thing is like a big joke so that they can do an episode making fun of the scientific community, which they absolutely should, because they're studying things like anus prints and whether or not, you know, sharks and reptiles and mammals can breathe through their anus. And yeah, like, is it eel enjoys a Big Mac? Exactly. Who's funding these things? You're absolutely right about that. Also, bitches be crazy, and they need to stop putting bodily fluids on their faces and ingesting them. That is just gross beyond gross. Oh, I can't even. Also, I just want to throw in on a personal note that I have a new job. Yay, finally. And also, we just got approved for a house, and our offer was accepted, and so we're moving. Yay! Things are happening for me. I hope things are happening for you too, and we can all be excited and that everybody has something to celebrate. Keep it up. Love you. Thanks. Bye.